you have a budget of $400, you wanted to get into PC gaming, and you don't know where to start, and you want to know what to do, I got the right choice for you. Let's get right into it. What is up, YouTube? I am super excited to be back with another video. I know it's been a while, but I've kind of wanted to put the videos on hold because I was waiting for the new Ryzens to launch, and sure enough, it's already been a little over a week and a half, and they're already out. I'm super excited. I'm really sorry that I didn't have this video out sooner. I had every intention to. I had the parts that they've launched, but I didn't get an opportunity to put a video together. I had some things in the way, but needless to say, we are here and we are ready and willing to get this video out. So I'm super excited about today's video because it's featuring one of the new Ryzens, right? And I've been waiting for this new chip, you know, I've been waiting for this new processor now for quite some time since I heard about it, and I knew I really wanted to make I knew I really wanted to build a computer with it and try it out and play with it, and not only with its how it plays out of the box, but I wanted to play with it a little bit and kind of test out different cards and different settings. But nonetheless, today's video we're going to be featuring one of the new Ryzens, the Ryzen 3 3200G. This is an amazing processor. It's 4-core, 4-thread. Features Vega 8 graphics, and it has a 3.6 gigahertz base with a 4.0 gigahertz boost, max boost. So that's really exciting, considering that that's right out of the box, right? And we know that if we overclock it a little bit, we're definitely going to get a lot more performance that way, right? The motherboard I'm going with is actually one I'm going to recommend to everyone for right now, because there were some new motherboards that launched with the especially more tailored towards like the new Ryzen 5 and Ryzen 7s. But if you're looking for a motherboard that's not going to break the bank and that's going to be it's just really going to be plug and play, that you don't have to, you know, flash any files on it or, you know, plug in an old chip, right, or do anything in that nature, you can actually get this one right here, the Prime B450A or the B450MA. This is actually the 3200G. You just plug it right in and it takes it. Obviously it's a B450, right? So it's going to read it with no issues, and you're not going to have to worry about if it's compatible or not. Now, all the new Ryzens are AM4 chipsets, so all of them are going to be compatible. But some of them, obviously, you might have to, you know, do some flash and BIOS on some of the other motherboards. But this one, it's right at the box. Plug it in, turn it right on. And plus, we know that 450s are overclockable, so it's definitely the route I would recommend to go. Could you do a 350? Yes, you could overclock at 350s, but I would definitely say for $10 more, especially with the price of the Prime B450MA right now, I would definitely say go that route if you're not looking to spend, you know, over $80 on a motherboard. The new Ryzen 3 3200 is at $99 right now, which is pretty cool. I've done a video in the past with the Ryzen 2200G. It was actually a really good video. I was a little bit surprised on the results that I got with it. And so I'm really excited to see what we're going to do with this new 3200G. Now, this build is going to be under $400. However, in the video, you'll see I'm actually going to add in some a dedicated graphics card to it, right? So you could definitely play on this CPU because it's more of it's integrated card, right? So it's like a APU, but you could play on this processor without a graphics card. But anytime you introduce a dedicated graphics card, to your system, you're going to get a lot more playability out of it, especially with these, right? And the graphics card we're using and we're testing out are not going to be any of the new ones, right, or anything way over the top. They're all going to be very affordable, and in most cases, you can find them under $100 if you look hard enough. So right now we got 3 different cards we're going to test it out with. For starters, we've got the RX 560 4 gigabyte here we're going to throw in there and test it out. We've got a 1050 3 gigabyte we're going to test out. And then I also picked up a GeForce GTX 1060 3 gigabyte card. So I think we're going to test this one out first. And again, I want to reemphasize, you could definitely game on it without a dedicated graphics card, but for a little bit more, you could actually plug in a GPU and you're going to get a lot better gameplay from it. And we're going to test out all 3 of these cards. I didn't get my hands on the new card that just came out. I'm probably going to get my hands on that sometime in the next couple weeks, and we'll test out the Ryzen 5s with that. But needless to say, let's go ahead and let me show you the rig that I plugged it into. We're not going to do a build video on this one. I'm actually just going to get into the specs, some benchmarks, and then some gameplay. But just so you can see, I've got it all pretty much. Set up in here. Now, don't judge me on the cable management. I haven't put the back on. I haven't done anything to it yet. But here it is right here. I've got a 120 gigabyte M.2, 500 gigabyte hard drive, Ryzen 3 3200G, and 8 gigabytes 2666. I'm gonna say this. You know, for these new chips, you know, obviously you definitely want to step up your RAM game. However, the 3200G is still going to be on that same nanometer chipset, so it's not gonna. You don't really need 16 gigs or 32 gigs, you know, or 24 gigs of RAM to run a processor and run good gamings. Obviously, if you want to bump it up to 16 gigs, you definitely can, and we'll get into that later on. But let me talk a little bit about the processor before we get into it. So these are actually pretty cool. And, you know, it's a 4-core, 4-thread processor, just like its predecessor. However, it's a 3.6 gigahertz base and a 4.0 gigahertz max boost. So I want to say this. On that max boost, it's not going to be running every single core 4 gigahertz, right? That's not going to really happen. Typically, you're going to be running one of them. So you're not going to really be running 4 gigahertz, you know, consistently. So straight out of the box, when you get the max boost, and when it kicks in, it's not consistent. It's not holding at 4 gigahertz, right? So you could definitely say it's going to hold around 3.6. So for that, in this particular build, I would definitely say you want a little bit better graphics. You could definitely overclock it. I know I always say don't overclock if you don't have to, but I'm going to say this, with these 3000 series that came out, definitely step it up, especially with Ryzen. Ryzen's unlocked as it is, and you should always overclock. I know it's going against what I always say in my builds, which is don't overclock if you don't have to. But for those of you who like to tinker, and for those of you who like to mess around a little bit, like we're going to do on this one, we're definitely going to overclock it some. And for those of you who are like really paying a ton of attention to this build and just criticizing everything, I know you're going to say don't overclock it. You have you know, the stock heatsink it comes with. Look, I'm going to tell you this. You know, if you want to go with a better cooler, definitely you could. You don't have to, especially we're not going to overclock it a whole lot. Maybe we're probably going to overclock to 3.7, maybe 3.8. You know, I did apply some thermal paste that I have. It comes with thermal pre-applied. I added some my thermal paste, and it should definitely hold temps. I don't think we're not really going to have any issues, and I could be very wrong, and we're going to find out, right? So, without further ado, let's see what we got going on here. All right, guys. So before we get into any gameplay benchmarks, I just wanted to do a quick Cinebench test, and I did, and it's pretty good stuff. So for the Cinebench benchmark that I ran, I actually scored 434 Cinebench score. So right, if you look, it's right under the i7-3840 QM and above the i5-3317U, right? So it actually scored 434. It's not too bad. Obviously, it's not going to score as high as, you know, it's Ryzen 5s, or even if you go back to some of the older chips, you know, maybe the i5-2600. Obviously, it's, you know, more cores, more threads. But for being a $99 CPU, it's actually not a bad score. You know, we'll take it. And as well, I also ran a Cinebench score with the graphics card, because obviously if we're going to be playing with the 1060, we want to, you know, run a Cinebench on that as well, just to see how it stacked up with this here. And for the graphics card, it actually got a score. On OpenGL, it actually got 77.60 FPS with a score of 434 on Cinebench, right above the Quadro K4000M, and actually scored really good. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play some games and run some of our own benchmarks with them. I use MSI Afterburners and Riva Tuner statistics. So we're gonna play some. We'll probably play some Fortnite, play some Resident Evil. See what other games we play. I'm probably gonna just put the ones that have more significance, at least to me right now, and we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. we're getting some pretty good frames. I don't know why we're landing over here, but all right, glider deployed. I don't know why we're landing over here. I never like to land over here.
Anybody there? Something's not right. You all right? Don't move. I'll be back for you.
Stop moving.
Officer, you need help?
Stay back, sir. I got this.
Freeze! I'll shoot! Shit!
Don't shoot! Get down!
You alright?
Yeah, I think so. Thanks.
You can thank me later, when we're safe.
Holy shit.
Get in!
Hold on.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know. Hopefully they'll have some answers at the police station.
Wait, you're a cop?
Yeah, Leon Kennedy. You are?
Claire. Claire Redfield.
Yeah, good call.
Leon, you gotta back up.
Oh shit. Yeah, get out.
Get up now! Hold on!
Hello? Is anybody here?
Here we go. Very dark place to be in. Oh, we need a fuse. Okay. This is gonna be. Why I gotta make all that noise for though? Oh, here we go with the bowl. This is why I don't play these games. He's gonna get up. That's a bad guy. Can't go in these drawers, can't do anything? Or... No, just gotta keep going on through here. At least we got a light on. Alright, let's keep on moving then.
Open up! Hurry! Open up! Open this goddamn door! I'll get you out! Please! Give me a minute. Help me! I got you. Give me your hand.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, so that's going to conclude this particular video. So I was really excited with the gameplay. The Ryzen 3 3200G tested really, really well with the paired with the 1060 3GB card. I'm actually going to be doing another video with the with this card right here, the RX 560 4GB, and then I might test the 1050 next. So just stay tuned for the next videos coming up. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave some questions in the comments section below, or if you just want to contribute, or if there are any games that you want to see in the future, please don't hesitate. Let us know, and we'll definitely test some of those out. Other than that, ladies and gentlemen, it has been a pleasure to play with this PC and to do another video for you guys. On to the next one. We'll see you.